Your show is fantastic. It's really good, man.
Thank you.
Painkiller on Netflix. Can't recommend it enough. I'm only 2 episodes deep. I started the 3rd today. It's so fucking good, dude. And it's so disturbing because it's true. I mean, it's an accurate account of how this all happened. And it's just, it makes you so uncomfortable to think that there's people in the world that would do what the Sackler family did.
Do you know anyone who's
Yes.
gone down from opioids?
Quite a few.
Yeah, same
Quite
here.
a few people.
When they first came to me and asked me if I was interested, my buddy Eric Newman, who put the whole thing together, said, "You want to do something about the Sacklers? Do you know who the Sacklers are?" And I did. I knew they were the family behind OxyContin. And he said, "Are you interested?" And I started thinking. I started counting the people I know who've died or whose kids have died because of OxyContin and opioids. And I quickly got off of both fingers, And then I started thinking about some of my heroes, my artistic heroes, Chris Cornell, Tom Petty, and like one of my big heroes was Prince. I was a huge Prince fan. I went to school in Minneapolis when he was coming up. I was an extra in Purple Rain back in the day,
Wow.
First Avenue in Minneapolis. And, those 3 guys, when Prince died, Prince he was legendary for his work ethic and his lifestyle, no alcohol, no swearing, and just incredible work ethic.
Yeah.
And the fact that OxyContin got him,
Yeah.
and that really kind of fucked with me. So when they came to me and, started talking to me about doing something about the Sacklers, I was like, yeah, I'm all in. And the more I dug into it, and the more experts and writers who have been covering this epidemic for so long, the more I learned. I'm not necessarily the biggest conspiracy guy of all time. I'll if the proof's there, I'm down. But the more I learned about the Sacklers and how they maneuvered what is essentially just heroin in like a little M&M pill, how they were so artful and so good at manipulating the system. I was shocked, and I was all in on Painkiller.
Well, I'm glad you were all in because people need to know this story, and a lot of people aren't going to watch a documentary, and they're not going to read about it. This is a very entertaining show that shows accurately how this went down, and there's a moment, and I don't want to give too much away, but there's this one moment where this ethical doctor confronts this sales girl, and that's a very, very, very powerful moment.
Yeah.
Because the ethical doctor who knows everything about opiates is essentially explaining to this very young girl, who's just a beautiful sales girl, that you're selling heroin. This is heroin. It's indistinguishable to the body. It's heroin. It's just you're calling it a different thing. And this idea that it's only 1% of the people have problems with it those numbers are all lies. They're always lies. They lie about how many people died. They lie about how many people get addicted. It's all a lie. And if they can keep lying and not face any repercussions, they'll keep lying because they almost have an obligation to their shareholders to do that.
Yeah, and in this case, they didn't even have shareholders. It was a private company.
Crazy.
Richard Sackler and his uncles were making all the money. They completely lied. I mean, they were doctors, and they knew how powerful the opioid dosage was. They knew they would. And what else is crazy is they knew that if they just kept, they would make so much more money by what they call titrating up. Right, so we put you on 10 milligrams of OxyContin because you blew out your back in the gym, and it works for a bit, and then when it doesn't, we're like, oh well, we gotta kick you up.
Yeah.
So let's put you on 20, and then let's put you on 40, and they got up to 85 milligram OxyContins. They called them oxycoffins. That was in the word on the street, and these reps, these cute little reps, these pretty little college graduates who were just looking to make some money, were paid bonuses based on the amount of milligrams in the pill. So I'm I'm trying to convince you, if I'm a rep and you're a doctor, just to kick it up, doc. Prescribe 20 or 40 or 85 milligrams, and everybody will make some more money. And that was the game that the Sacklers were playing. And like, I've said, like, I'm down with capitalism, no problem. Like, make money, do it. And if you just look at the Sacklers, from a capitalistic perspective, and you apply, rules of capitalism, and you're on their grade, they get an A+. They were fucking good at making money. You put like that much morality into the equation, and these are some evil human beings.